Yes, welcome back, guys, ladies, gentlemen, everybody. It's that time. It is that time. The Liga starts this weekend. Well, actually, this Friday. First game, just the only game on Friday, is Barcelona. They are away to Bilbao, Athletic Bilbao. I'm expecting a comfortable victory. We've looked really good in pre-season. As pre-season's gone on, we've gotten better. I think the most impressive one was the second leg against Napoli. We won that game 4-0. Like I said, I think our first game was against Chelsea. Bearing in mind, a majority of our players weren't back yet, but obviously as pre-season went on and we got more of our players back available to play, back from holiday, etc., we've looked more and more impressive. Griezmann been playing from the start, bedding in with the team, getting used to the team formation, tactics, the style of play, etc. We've looked really good. So I'm expecting a 3-0 victory over Bilbao, away from home. Yep, I'm expecting a 3-0 victory. To kick off La Liga, put us top of the table, put the pressure on our challengers, which is Real Madrid and Atletico. And they are playing on Saturday and Sunday. So Real Madrid has the Saturday, and they are also playing away from home. They are playing Celta Vigo. Now, I don't know what Real Madrid is going to turn up. They have been poor in pre-season. Obviously they were horrendous last season. Obviously there was, talks of that Hazard arrived at Real Madrid overweight, and he's been trying to work on that and get up to par, up to fitness, etc. And just their pre-season as on a whole has been not the best. And obviously there was talks that because their pre-season was so bad, it kind of like but Zidane had a reason to tell the board, the president, that look, we need to get Pogba, get someone in, because what we got here just isn't enough. And obviously there's now these strong Neymar rumors that it's looking like he could go to Real Madrid for big money move. But we'll quickly touch on that later, just very briefly. So with that being said, do I think Real Madrid is going to beat Celta Vigo? That's the thing, I don't know, because on their day, obviously Real Madrid have some very good players, world-class players. There's no reason why they shouldn't win. But you just never know what Real Madrid is going to turn up. You just never know. I will give them a 2-1 victory. I don't think it'll be easy. I'll give them a 2-1 victory. But on the day, they could walk it comfortably, 4-0, amazing, look good. But again, you just never know what Real Madrid is going to turn up. So I'm going to say 2-1 Real Madrid. And Atletico, who are playing on the Sunday, they're playing at home to Getafe. I'm expecting a comfortable victory there. I'm literally looking at 3-4-0. 3-4-0 for Atletico. It's looking like a comfortable opening game for them. So it should be all three of the big boys get off to a winning start on the opening weekend. Obviously Barcelona playing on Friday. What am I expecting for the season for Barcelona? It's hard to say. I will probably, I will touch on it more and speak about it more in depth once the window closes, because there are still some strong transfer rumors floating about, and I can't really make a prediction or say until I've seen what's happened to the window closes for the rest of Europe. Obviously the Premier Division's buying transfer window has closed. They can't buy anyone, but they can still sell. So we could potentially buy from the Premier League, obviously from the whole of Europe. So until that window closes, which I think is like 2nd or 3rd of September, I can't really say. It's hard for me to say. But at the moment, with our current squad, I'm expecting that the league title, Spanish Cup, and minimum is Champions League final. Minimum is Champions League final. Whether we win it or not is another something, but minimum Champions League final. And obviously, if we make it to the Champions League final, we're going to expect that victory. Doesn't matter who we play. We could play Juve, Liverpool, Man City, Real Madrid. It honestly doesn't matter. we'll be expecting to win that. But at a minimum, we've got to be pushing to Champions League final with that squad that we've got right now. For Real Madrid, their expectation has got to be pretty much similar. I mean, last season was really bad, but before that, the 3 years under Zidane was amazing. So with the amount of money that they spent, near enough 350 million, and could jump through the roof, they could spend near enough 450 million if they get their man Neymar. They're gonna, their expectation is not low. It's gonna be a massive expectation. Zidane has humongous pressure on him this season, huge pressure. He's got more pressure on him right now than any other day, month, week, or year that he did his first spell at Real Madrid. This is gonna be his toughest test. And I'm gonna give him 6 months. Give him 6 months, and if he's not doing what the board are expecting of him, he could be a gunner. He could be a gunner. Because Real Madrid don't mess about. They don't ramp. And Atletico, I mean, they've just got to be title challengers throughout everything. Even though they spent huge because they sold huge. Sold Griezmann for over 100. They sold their left back Hernandez for about 72 million, and they sold Rodri to Man City for what, 62, 67 million. So they sold big to buy big. So they just replaced like for like. They sold they sold someone for big money like Griezmann, bought Felix, etc., etc. So their expectation wouldn't have changed. It's not like they kept their whole squad that was there last season and bought massive. Because if that was the case, then you'd be like, but they can push for the title. There's no reason why. But because they've lost some key players in some key positions, they've just got to be title challengers. I mean, they're not going to expect to win the league. They're not going to expect to win Champions League. It's just make a push for trophies, and you're good. That would be their expectation. But just quickly, there's one last thing I just want to quickly mention, just to wrap this up. Neymar. Now, there's a lot of talk about Neymar, and I know there's some people that are saying that there is no way he should go back to Barcelona. My fellow man Neeks, he's one of them. He's saying that Neymar shouldn't go back to Barcelona. If he's a man, he shouldn't go back to Barcelona, because the reasons that he left Barcelona is because he didn't want to be in Messi's shadow, this, that, and another. We know the reasons why he's left. And for you to come crawling back to Barcelona, to come back into them same circumstances, them same conditions, what does that say about you? You're not a man. You can't stick to your word. You literally left for money. You gold digger. You're coming back. You're crawling back here. Come squirreling back for the success that you had, trying to relive the glory days. Coming back and literally groveling because what? You can't do it over in France, like. But here's my take on it. Now, it's one of two clubs it's going to. It's Real Madrid or Barcelona. That's what the rumors are saying. That's what the talks are about. I generally cannot see a way that he signs for Barcelona. I just can't see it. Like, we had to take out a loan, a small loan as maybe, to sign Griezmann. We don't have the money to sign Neymar. Even if we give them Coutinho, PSG stated that they would want minimum is that they would want what they paid for Neymar, which is 200 million. So they want 200 million minimum to make it worthwhile for them to accept a deal. So Barcelona are valuing Coutinho around the 85-90 million mark. They would have been willing to sell him between 80 to 90 million, and any club could have bought him. They were happy to sacrifice such a big loss on him just to sell him. What did we pay? Like 140? So they were willing to take a £60 million loss on Coutinho. So if they're valuing him at 80 to 90 million, that's about 120, 110 million that we got to chalk up to get Neymar. Now, Barcelona don't have that kind of cash. Don't have that kind of cash floating around. If we threw in Dembele, who is also probably valued around about the 100 million mark, then it would be worthwhile. Then they will start thinking about it and say, well, we're getting 2 players, 2 forward players, 2 attacking players. This is worthwhile. But again, I'm not a fan of that 2 player for 1 player situation. Like I said, we've got squad depth, the rotation, cover all areas of the pitch. Coutinho can play cam, centre mid, left wing, Dembele's left wing, right wing, basically across the whole front 3. Like, the options are endless with what we've got. If we get rid of them 2, it kind of limits our options. It may improve it will improve our first 11 dramatically. Our first starting 11, like Griezmann, Neymar, Messi, it would be tremendously better. But where do we go from there? Who comes off the bench as an impact? We ain't got Coutinho off the bench. We ain't got Dembele off the bench. We could have Suarez. Like I said, Suarez could start and Griezmann could come off the bench, but they're not like blistering pace. It's the same problem we had last year. No one off pace. Yeah, we got Neymar, but we had Dembele. But other than that, we had no one off pace, and it costed us last year. Right, we didn't have players with pace to inject into the team someone that impacts up to come off the bench. Whereas we have that now. Just leave it as it is. And Real is his other option. Where does he go? On the left wing? But that's Hazard's spot. Then where does Hazard go? Like, so many unanswered questions. Like, wherever he goes, it's going to be uneasy, unsettled environment. Either other players are not going to be happy, fans are not going to be happy because of certain style changes or player rotations. Certain players are getting dropped or pushed out of position. Someone's not going to be happy. Wherever Neymar decides to go, someone's not going to be happy. It's not going to make for a smooth transaction. Not like when he went PSG. Goes PSG, oh, it's all smiles and faces for the fans, the players, everyone. Everyone's happy. Neymar's come to PSG. Huge. It's different if he goes back to Barca or goes to Real Madrid. It's not going to be all roses. It's not going to make for a smooth transaction. Not like when he went PSG. Goes PSG, oh, it's all smiles and faces for the fans, the players, everyone. Everyone's happy. Neymar's come to PSG. Huge. It's different if he goes back to Barca or goes to Real Madrid. It's not going to be all roses. They are going to be some unsettled bunnies. I'm telling you, some unsettled bunnies. Where do I think he will go? I think he'll go Real Madrid. Real Madrid is the only one that's got enough clout to sign him. I mean, I don't even know if we can afford his wages. Obviously, if you get rid of 2 players, that kind of frees up enough wages to sign him. But I just think Real Madrid's got the clout. And if he doesn't go Real Madrid, he will stay. I just don't think he's going to come Barca. I don't think he will come Barca. It's either Real Madrid or he's staying for another year with his unhappy, miserable self, and he's got to ride out for the season. That's it from me. Remember, stay tuned. I'm going to... Will I? Yeah. I'm going to let you know what happens on Sunday after those 3 games. I'm going to be pretty much spot on, trust me, pretty much spot on. Remember, 3-0 Barcelona, 2-1 Real Madrid, 3-4-0 Atletico. It's hard to call which one, but 3-4-0, and they're going to smash it. Remember, hit the like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for all the content, boys and girls.